Well, hello, everybody, and welcome in to a special
Boarding pass,
edition
sir.
of J.
Boarding pass, boarding pass, boarding pass.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome into.
If you are not on TikTok, I strongly suggest that you go over there and get connected with
that.
Oh my Jesus! Go over there and get connected with the people.
It's going to be a blast.
Oh, there he is. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Glad y'all can make it. Jeremy's going to give us a little insight on some TikTok stuff tonight on how to get that going and set up and what you can do and what you need to do and all that kind of stuff. So, but first we're going to get in the chat, see who all's here. Welcome everybody in. Liz, Colin Cruise at it was first one here. Just want everybody to know. Glad you could make it. Cheryl right behind her. I'm glad Cheryl's there. Sitting in the other room. So, all right. Sharon, I'm glad. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Looks like she's been busy doing some earrings. She got 220 pairs made. Woo, that's a lot. Shannon's here. Hey, Shannon, glad you can make it. Let's see, scroll down. Scotty J, glad you can make it, Scotty. Josie Ann, hope you're doing all right tonight. Everybody saying hey to each other. Everybody saying hey. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Back in the live stream. Let's see here. Mona made it. Hey, Mona. Hope you're doing all right tonight. Glad to see you. Uncle Dave made it in. Hope you're doing all right tonight, Dave. Scott made it. Hope you're doing all right today, Scott. Ain't working too hard. Talking about growth. Yeah, it didn't really dawn on me until today. I was looking everything over and stuff. This is the 6th live. It's already been 6 weeks. This is 6 weeks since I started doing the lives. I mean, that's just, it flies right on by. You don't think about how quick it goes by. When you're looking at that cruise day, it takes forever to get there. But doing this, flies right on by. Let's see. An artificial plant. Let's see. Bama Nola made it. Hey, Bama, glad you're here. Hope you're doing all right. Feeling good. Oh, K's and Country Travelers. Glad you could be here. Appreciate you coming in. Oh, Nightbot's working. So Jeremy be proud of me for my Nightbot still working. Let's see. Denise is here. Hey, Denise. Hope you're doing good tonight. Uh-oh. No, I still got a ways to go. I'm playing with it, though. I'm playing. We'll get it figured out sometime. Everybody still saying everybody. Hello to everybody. Hello. Oh. Liz, she's packing your order now. So you have all your goodies in no time. Ryan will be FedExing them right over there to you. Let's see. Jan, glad you can make it. Come in tonight. Hope you're doing good. Oh, Zach's here. Zach, glad you could drop in. Hope you're doing good and your days turn out better than it started out. Oh, retirement days. Hope y'all doing good. Glad you could be here. Let's see. Everybody still saying hey to each other. Everybody saying hey, hey. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring the star of the show up here tonight. Just got all the TikTok education and going to get all of us straight on that. So let's go ahead and bring him on up. There you go. Hey, Jeremy,
Hello.
I appreciate you coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I told you, TikTok, you dove into it and started learning it and figuring out. And like I told you a while ago, I didn't even realize until a few days ago I even had a TikTok account.
Yep.
So just getting in there, and I figured, instead of going in and screwing things up, I'm sure there was some more folks out there like me that didn't know what to do or what they needed to do and what it could do for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, hey, you were taking it off and running with it so you could kind of help everybody out and steer them in the right direction.
The growth strategy on TikTok is just slightly different, I believe, because you have to engage. It's not different in the way that. Okay, so this is how it's different on YouTube. It's a you watch videos, you watch long videos and you watch shorts and everything, and the numbers go in two different directions. On TikTok, there are only vertical videos and live streams available. I do believe from a creator's standpoint, there should be like playlists available where you can do, because right now I'm trying to tell the story of a person, and it would be good to have playlists. But TikTok, as far as us cruise creators are concerned, is an untapped resource over here on the TikTok side. There are a lot of people who cruise and have cruising content over there on TikTok that are not on YouTube, or at least they're not sharing it in their bio.
Right.
Now, the bio is the same thing as the bio that you would have on a YouTube account, but it's short. It's really, really short. You have to make your point really fast with TikTok. And that brings the creativity bug out more, I believe, on the TikTok side, because you only got 3 minutes in which to make your point and go. That's it. You got 3 minutes max, and so, but you can do a lot as a video editor with 3 minutes. I believe you can get your point made as long as you're telling a short story. Now for YouTuber, for cruise tubers and those of us that want to tell a whole story and, walk all the way from the ship to the port and walk you around this, island and stuff. Yeah. That's where your long form stuff needs to go. But you can use your TikTok to point them to your YouTube.
Right.
And we're going to unpack all of that throughout the show. But yeah, there's ways to get TikTok growth to turn into YouTube growth as well. It's right. Just a little bit of encouragement for the audience to know, first of all, that you are on YouTube, and then to be as inviting as you are on YouTube as you are on TikTok. Right. So they won't run into two different characters.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think you could get some new people coming from TikTok to your YouTube, because you get them interested with, the TikTok videos. Even though they're short, you have to do a little more editing to get everything condensed down to get your point. But
yep,
I'm sure once you just play with it, get used to it, and just as long as you know what you want to put out there to start with, that's all. That's the main thing.
Yeah, like I said, the creativity has to be on time, because you only have a limited amount of time to work with over on TikTok. Then they're swiping. The average attention span of a person is getting shorter, so therefore videos that are short will get watched. You're going to get a lot of attention over there on TikTok.
Right.
And it seems to go faster than YouTube. I don't know. I'm just speaking from the perspective of the channels that I have and how fast they're all growing in comparison to one another. And then
Right.
the more attention I put on TikTok, I believe that the more attention the YouTube side is getting too, because that's the only one link that I'm allowed to have on my Hats on a Mission TikTok so far.
Right.
I have to prove that I'm a business in order to share a website link. So the website link, which is my Popple or my business card that has every other link on it, I have to push it over to the YouTube side, but I have to invite them to YouTube first. So I just
Right.
put my YouTube link on there.
Oh,
It's just a little bit of engineering that you have to do.
you just got to figure out how to get around them. But yeah, I think you're right. Well, I know you're right. When I started getting a little more serious with the YouTube and putting videos out, only a year and a half, 2 years ago, at that time, the average, most of the videos, you were doing like 20 to 30 minute long videos. Well, now, you're doing 10 to 15 minutes because most people just don't want to sit there and watch a 30-minute video on the same thing.
Right.
So it's shortened up. So I think, like you said, I just fit more into the TikTok, just like the shorts do on the YouTube. There's a couple more folks come in. Ron's made it in. Hey, Ron, glad you could be here. Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky, I'm glad you can make it. Know if you was out on the court tonight or not. Glad you could be here. Let's see. Anybody else come in? Everybody still saying hey. Ordering stuff from Denise. Up there. Those foodies. And everybody still saying hey, 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 hey. All right. You want I think everybody's still here. You want to go ahead and pop that up? I'll get that popped up. You start showing them how the TikTok looks.
Okay, I just sent you a message in your messenger, Sherman.
All right.
Okay. And also mute yourself while I'm doing this right here. Okay, so this is what we're used to seeing over here on the YouTube side, right? And I believe that we're talking about YouTube in comparison to TikTok. Okay, so I have both of them up, but I can just do one at a time. So I'll be switching in between the two. Now, there are some settings that I want to share with everybody. You would need to be in YouTube Studio on a computer in order to do this. But you want to push the customization tab. And then let's see, you can put in a banner, a picture, and your name. Also, your handle right here. This thing right here, I believe, should match your username. That way, whenever they do search for your channel, it's going to match the name. And that's going to make your channel very easy to find, because not all the time are you going to have cards, or is somebody going to be able to scan your phone, especially out there on the cruise ship. I've had where people didn't have internet, didn't have a phone, didn't know how to scan a code. And I'm like, oh man, so your handle should match your channel name. And then you could leave a description right here. You see how long this bio is? Comparatively speaking, I want to take you over here to the TikTok side. And do y'all see this right here? This is how long your bio can be. So you have to make your point in a very small way. Okay. And then on your other customization tabs here, you can, you can put your links right here. I prefer to send them to one link. Okay. And that is my Popple. The Popple, what it is, it's a link tree that has all of your links all in a row, nice and neat for them. And you can also put your phone number in. They can text you, whatever. If you're a travel agent or have a at-home business, you can put your phone number in there, and people can, text you, call you, things like that. But most importantly is that you can consolidate all of everywhere you can be found in one link. And that's what I chose to do over here on YouTube, as well as TikTok. So let's get back over here to the studio side. And this is the Popple link that I was telling you about. Popple is absolutely free, and you can scan it. Whatever you're sharing it, you can scan it or copy the code or copy the link, and you could share it out. And that way everybody will have everywhere you can be found. You could put a video watermark here now, but what I want to take you to also is the home tab. Your layout is what people see whenever they visit your YouTube channel. And you can leave it the way that YouTube has it, or if you want to get more viewers onto your content, what I would do is put new sections in it. It's like if you have live streams, if you have videos, if you have shorts, you definitely want those three things to be highlighted on your home tab, because not everybody knows that you have a playlist of a cruise that you did 3 years ago on the Vista, or anything like that. So you have to definitely put it out here on the front on that home page. That way people can find your playlists. I don't have any playlists so far because this is a shorts channel, and I'm doing some live streams as well coming in on the YouTube side. Now, what I started doing over here on the TikTok side is going live also. And but only been live a couple of times. And one of the differences over here on TikTok is that it doesn't save the replay for everybody to go back and see. I've been able to share highlights so far, but not a whole live stream. So once you do a live stream here, it's gone unless you share highlights, little 1 minute, 30-second to 1 minute clips that they collected. And they said, this is how well you did during this live stream. And so this is where we're going to promote you, because they really do want you to succeed in this. They just don't have a whole lot of video storage space like the YouTube side does over here. And so the layout of your homepage is really, really important. And then you end up with a channel that, it looks good, and it's got everything they need to know about you here in your channel description, as well as your link. And then they can view the content here. Here's the shorts, the past live streams. This is what it should look like, videos all in a row with nice art around it. These are what are called attention getters. And because you only have a split second to make an impact on a person and to make them click a button. I mean, seriously, US creators know that it gets difficult with some content, because it's like, I don't know if I want to spend 10 minutes watching this stuff. But then it's a touch and go with the shorts as well, because unless you put a little more SEO effort into these, they are getting pushed out to a different audience. So that's another good thing about shorts. That's why I like the shorts. I want to bring as much attention on Hats on a Mission as completely possible. So that's why I'm doing it as a shorts channel. Will there be long form content on the channel? Probably so. But I just wanted to start with shorts and see how far I can take it. And, I started this January 8th, 2025, like at the start of this year. And already there's a lot of great responses to this. And I'm just loving the way that it's going so far. Am I carrying on too long, Sherman?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
This better.
Yeah, I wanted to check your mic too, because that was a little rough. Go ahead and do a mic.
I switched mics, so hopefully it'll be better.
Okay, it does sound better. Yes. CCA says it's still got an echo, but I'm not detecting an echo.
Right.
On my side. Let me pull this down where they can see us.
Yeah. Is that
They're
sound
still
better?
saying, is anybody else here an echo?
Let's see. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello.
I'm not detecting it. But let me see.
What about now, Liz? You still hear echo? All right.
Okay, gone.
All right,
It says
good.
it's gone. Okay, that's good. I think as long as you're talking, there's no echo, because like even in the morning show, I don't know if you noticed it, but whenever we come back from playing a video, my voice echoes like on the first second.
Right.
That's a StreamYard issue. I find that, yeah, that's probably not good. You got some more people coming in the chat. I'm gonna pull up the other questions over here. That way I can be ready for you.
All right. Yeah, let me get back up here. I scrolled down to see where they were talking about the echoes. Let's see here. Linda's here. I'm glad you can make it, Linda. Glad you come in. Let's see. Scroll down. Oh, Jan. That's what we're talking about. The echoes. Angie, glad you can make it in. Yep. All right. I was speaking. I know Leah said she had an interest of about 30 seconds on TikTok, and then she was going to something else when you were talking about being short, like doing the shorts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Everybody saying hey. I think I said hey to Mona earlier, but if I didn't, Mona, hey again. Let's see. Scott, let's see. It's the echo in your head. No, that's not an echo. That's the other voices you hear all the time.
Oh, wow.
All right. Caught back up here, I think, from what I've seen. All right. Yeah, no, I mean, that's, it looks like it's a lot of similarities setting it up, but you just got a lot of it, shorter on the TikTok side with everything. Your bios and everything. So look somewhat similar. Shouldn't be too hard to pick up if you just keep on thinking about the shorter time frame on everything.
Yep.
So.
And I also, let me present this screen as well. What it looks a little bit different whenever you get some more followers as well. It starts to look like this, where you can share. All right, so there we go. Okay, there it is. Yeah, where you can share your links. They released that to me because I already had well over 1,000 at this point, but setting up the new one, I'm like, wait, the link is not available yet. Like, they open up abilities, if you will, as you play the game. I could put it into gamer terms. I don't know if I can, but anyway, they open up more abilities as you get more followers, and these are just realistic play numbers. I like the fact that they give you the amount of plays right here, real big, right up, on the corner. That way you can determine as to what the people like. Right. I know it's just birds and stuff flying across water, but people like it. I started with the with the loom knitting stuff over here, but then I decided to dedicate all of that to to Hats on a Mission. But this is where you can find some wacky stuff over here, and stuff like this, a mandala coloring. Right. I put that up there and it got 300 views. I mean, you never know what people want to watch. So it's like, even if you don't have a cruise to cover or something else, you can create something. Right. And that's the way I treat this JNS Adventures or Jeremy and Cheryl Adventures, is everything can be an adventure, even a ride across town, right. Not only to showcase the town that we live in, because we're very proud of this place. We love it. But to show people the changes of what they can expect whenever they get here. Right. Same thing with the JNS side of YouTube as well. I treat it all the same. Everything can be an adventure, even this tech show. It might become a Jeremy's Tech Adventure. Oh, yeah. So Yeah, the variety of content was all in the birth of the channel and the page. But whenever you have specific things, it kind of limits you to what you can put, you know, on there,
Right.
because it's best not to confuse the algorithm also
Right.
at certain times. However, the thing that I find that works for rapid growth, now we're talking about growth, and now I want to start talking about rapid growth, because what TikTok has to offer are people who have these live rooms, right?
Mhm.
It's just like what Kevin does over on Tuber Chat, only it's a lot more fast paced. It's it's one host, just like Kevin. They're saying, come on, connect with each other, let's grow together and stuff like that. But it's connect and grow. That's what you do in there. You make friends. And the four niches that I am homing in on as far as Hats on a Mission is concerned is people who crochet and knit. Those are my homies, because we're doing the same thing. We're all doing the same things. But I need to look outside of it now. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
It's for people who like to serve others, right?
Right.
So I'm following those channels. They have live streams too.
Oh yeah.
So I follow, well, I keep calling them channels, but they're really accounts. Okay. I follow those accounts. And then I get people coming in wanting to buy the knitting. So now I'm connecting with shoppers and stuff like that. And then one of my things is food. I like food. And you know how many people are cooking on TikTok?
Man.
It's
Mhm.
unbelievable, the amount of people who are live at every single point of every single day on TikTok, and there is nothing that you can do to put it down. It's so addicting, and that's why there's really rapid growth over there on the TikTok side, is because I'm reaching outside of my niche with who I follow.
Yeah.
So therefore, whenever you follow somebody, they're going to follow you back if they're a creator,
Right.
or even if they don't have a team, working on their SEO side, then they will probably follow you back.
Right.
I'm still waiting on Jelly Rolls follow. So,
Hey, it won't be long. He'll be there.
I think Jelly Roll's a little busy though.
Yeah, he's probably got somebody else answering all his questions.
He do. And CCA asked me a question. Are you trying to monetize TikTok? Yes. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about too, is you get monetized really fast on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok. Already going live, I'm able to create what are called GIFs. I mean, I'm able to collect what are called GIFs. GIFs and coins. One coin costs about a penny or something like that. And you collect coins by going live. And what people do is they send you gifts throughout your live stream, and those gifts turn into money. I've only been live 4 times and I made 21 cents.
Sure.
I made 21 cents, and I don't have 1,000, this, that, and the other. And I didn't have to have 3,000 public watch hours or anything. We're talking about an account that is only 2 weeks old, but I have 800 and something followers already. Yeah. But that's because I'm connecting and growing. I'm engaging in growth rooms. I am going out beyond my niche and not trying to stay boxed into one thing. And the best advice I got as far as growth is concerned was from a fellow creator, YouTube creator called Jay the Motivator. That's his new channel name. Okay. He says that YouTube is like a bank. The more you put in, the more you can get out of it. And that's the way I'm treating my TikTok account. I am creating 2 things every day. 2 things every day. Right now, I'm trying to tell the story of a homeless guy who lost his job. He got kicked out of his house. Now he's at the shelter, but he got him a job. Today was his first day on the job. Saturday, he was hanging out with the guys at the shelter, So like, I'm telling a story here. And then with my other content, it's and also I'm using AI for everything, guys. Don't think that I'm some, world famous poet or anything like that. But the AI is writing poems also about homelessness from different people's perspective. Right. And so if I have that much creativity in me, I'm going to go ahead and let it shine. That way everybody can just get the message as it's going out. On the cruising side, you kind of have to wait till you're on a cruise. Either that or you can throw back some content up there, but it's a little in the waiting period. That's why everything goes on shorts, reels, and TikToks.
Right.
Everything goes up because it's content to fill in the gaps between cruises, or it's content to fill in the gaps between something that you've been working on, or a project or a playlist. And when I'm finished with Chris, it's going to be another homeless person. It's going to be another homeless person coming from a different city. And what I'm going to do is put in, highlights of that city and different things that people can relate to from that city. So it adds authenticity to the story.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's fake, but these are real stories that I'm telling.
Right. Yeah. I did catch a little bit of one of the stories the other day when I was playing around with TikTok a little bit where you had put out. And I said, Darren, so this is interesting. And, that was one thing the other night I was just playing around and, I went live. I said, there ain't no, you get an account, you can go live apparently. And of course, I just, it ran for a couple minutes and cut off because I wasn't planning on doing anything. I was just playing around to see if it would work, and It did. So yeah, it's I think you can do a lot of stuff quicker with TikTok than you can with YouTube. To start getting that monetization and stuff.
Yes, you can monetize a whole lot faster, and you can meet a whole new audience who don't want to have anything to do with YouTube, y'all. They don't want to be on YouTube, otherwise they would be. But they're probably eventually going to go. But I feel as though TikTok grows a lot faster than YouTube. Right. Just my opinion. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot bigger growth over here. I have really since the beginning because Jeremy and Cheryl is up to 1,800. On TikTok over here. And then my 2-week-old or 2.5-week-old account for Hats on a Mission is already up to 800 and something followers. Right. So it also depends on how much time you have to consume and produce. Right. Another good thing that I learned is produce more than you consume. Right. Because otherwise, your growth now becomes their growth. Yeah. Just think about how many hours you spend on YouTube consuming.
Oh yeah.
Are you willing to dedicate that much time to producing? And I don't mean editing, y'all. I don't mean editing. I mean filming and putting it out there because it was beautiful to you at the time.
Right. Yeah.
Let a raw video travel sometimes. You'll find that those get 1-point-something K views, while the video that you took 3 hours to edit and 45 minutes to upload and SEO, nobody ever talks about that side. Oh, yeah. Because now you got to check it. You got to check it for ad suitability. You got to check it for, the copyright song thing. And the little bots are listening to that time whenever you were on a cruise and the sail away music is coming around the corner. Now, all of a sudden you got a copyright after spending 3 hours editing, whenever you really could just, put in a layer of background music during the editing process to ensure that there's not any silence in the video. So that way the bot is not listening for it.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. The bots are listening.
All the time. All the time. Look at some of these questions, see anything that we kind of hadn't answered or to emphasize on. Let's see, why should YouTube creators consider using TikTok? I think it's to grow the audience, get new viewers to them. Let's see. We did that. And, you already said the key difference between TikTok viewers and YouTube viewers and creators is basically the time on the videos and the length of content you're putting out. And I think all of us, we'll get looking at TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, shorts and reels, and we'll all get down that rabbit hole. Because it's short, quick stuff.
You're stuck with TikToks. TikTok will suck you in. All you got to do is look at food. I'm telling you, start with food Everybody loves food, okay? But there are some recipes on there. If you would just try them out, we did 2 of them here at the house. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I love it. TikTok is awesome.
Yeah. Do that, then all of a sudden I start doing the exercise, exercise TikTok.
There's people exercising. Whatever you can find on YouTube, you could pretty much find in a shorter version on TikTok.
Right.
Because you got it's in a short version. You're only going to be there for 3 minutes. But if you but if you dedicate your personal algorithm as to what you want to see, then it will inspire you to be a sharper video editor. Right. I believe, because if I can make this much of an impact over here on TikTok, I would rather do that than to spend a lot of time trying to create this this masterpiece, this hour-long masterpiece that pretty much people are only going to spend 10 minutes with.
Right.
I don't know. People don't have a whole lot of time. People's time is very precious.
Yep.
And I'm thankful to everybody who watches me for 45 minutes. I'm grateful for the 3-minute video play on TikTok, but if you can make an impact in 3 minutes, you should do that instead of and also YouTube Shorts allows you 3 minutes too, people. It really does. I'm not picking on YouTube. It's just that YouTube is I got to be careful when I say this because the bots are listening, but also the TikTok bots are going to be listening as well. TikTok is more stringent on what you can and cannot say or do on their platform. They will ban you. Okay. In the middle of your live stream, you will get cut off. Okay. YouTube lets you get away with a lot more, but I believe it's a lot more work running a YouTube channel than it is a TikTok account because of the simplicity of it. There's no playlists. There's, there's not a whole lot of things. Just like YouTube, you can have moderators and things like that over on your live streams. You can go live, you can have, people, you can send them an invite whenever they come into your chat, boom, right there directly, and just invite them instead of dropping your whole link and taking the chance on some troll ending up on your panel. Like we did. I'm so serious. Like I've been through it all. Well, I don't know if I've been through it all, but I've been through a lot. Okay. 'Cause I don't know where, and yeah, look, it's not the sub count that matters. It's the quality of the channel. Absolutely. You gotta put out the content that keeps people coming back.
That's
like
right.
when I look at what I've done so far, also watching your old content will help you out to improve upon what it is that you're doing now. I go to the very beginning, whether it be TikTok or YouTube, and I say, okay, what is resonating with people better? Because I'm doing it for the viewers. I'm not trying to bring people to other platforms. I'm trying to entertain them on the platform that they're on and keep them watching my videos that are on that platform. The YouTube people will be there, but the TikTok people are always coming in. And whenever you're flipping through YouTube lives, just like on the TikTok side, whenever you're doing these vertical lives right here, they're flipping through and the stranger is going to find you. If they like what they see, they're going to stay. And they're going to check in. They're going to hit the like button. They might send you a little gift and, be on the way. But the one thing that it is while they're there is you can pin them. You can highlight them. You can go to their channel. You can follow them immediately, and stuff like that. The only thing that is restrictive for Mac users is their live studio. Their live studio is a program that you can download to a PC, okay, and just operate their live studio. TikTok is great at that. But if you have a Mac, their live studio is not available to you. You have to go live from your phone.
Right.
I found a way around it. And here it is. And here it is. So I'm going to open up this new tab. I'm going to tell everything, Chairman.
Hey.
We're teaching people today.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, we are. Okay, so here's my restream. Now, I have not upgraded my Restream. I'm on the free plan right here, people. The free plan. So this is what you can do with Restream's free plan. I'm going to take you straight into my studio, and this is what it looks like to me. If you want to invite people, you can hit the copy invite link here and then just enter the studio, send it to whoever you want to send it to. Now, I have 2 destinations set up over here. One goes to the Hats on a Mission YouTube, and then Hats on a Mission TikTok. First thing out the gate, I'm going to let you know about the restriction here. It's going to be in your chat. You can only see your YouTube chats here. You have to have a second instance of TikTok running on your phone or something else to monitor your live stream and your chats on TikTok. Unified chats has never been really something that StreamYard does very well either. So, I find this to be across the board a problem of getting these companies to get along together enough to where they can code it, because a little bit of code will go a long way. Right. If the companies would just get together and say, you know what, people are doing this, they're multi-streaming. So because they're either paying for multi-streaming or they chose our company to multi-stream, let's try to get them unified chats. But they miss it. All of the companies miss it here. So this is not just a Restream problem. You can't get it on StreamYard either. You can choose to overlay your chat, the same thing, and it'll pop a little window up. But one thing I do love about Restream that StreamYard, even the paid version, doesn't allow you to do is to give you an extra camera. Check this out. You can have an extra camera here, and I can just like hook my phone into it, and then it connected, and see,
all right,
there's my phone.
Oh yeah.
So and that comes with the free version, Sherman. It does. So I'm loving it. I love Restream. It's not as polished as EV Max, and we're going with EV Max mainly because it's almost to where StreamYard is. Right, and I love it. And the chats are on the left-hand side. It's a much cleaner thing. But as far as Restream is concerned, yes, I have it set up for TikTok and YouTube, and it's the vertical layout. So this is whenever I go live on both, I use Restream, the free version. So, yep. I just wanted to share that with everybody. With the free version, you can do a lot, especially if you're making something with your hands. You're not going to want to be clicking buttons and saying, okay, at this point, I want to push a logo or, click an overlay or something like that. To add more overlays, you got to upgrade now. To overlay a picture, to change the background, to get a new background, you got to upgrade. Okay. But because I'm not doing that throughout the show, it's not important to me to pay for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to pay for Restream. I am going to pay for EV Max because it's like half the cost of StreamYard, and it does the exact same thing. So on your music side, though, I can play all of the songs. You see all these songs? Mm-hmm. I uploaded them from my editing suite, and that created music that I can play during the show. That's not only royalty free, but it's copyright protected.
Oh, cool.
See these long ones right here? These are like 10 or 11 minute songs that I rendered off as an MP3 and uploaded so I could play it during the song. Because when I'm creating something with my hands, I'm going to need some music to keep the show going. So there's a little trick. Yeah, just a little trick I learned because I paid for Filmora. Okay, I paid for a perpetual license, and I'm using all the free music that they got to play during my live stream.
Right.
Yep.
Jess said you're entertaining to listen to.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, yeah, there's things. Linda makes things with her hands and clicks buttons. I know, like, yep.
Taking a time warp. Go down. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Feel more. I hadn't really messed with it.
Filmora is awesome. Let me tell you about the audio stretch tool. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You just made a 20-minute vlog and you want to play music throughout that 20-minute vlog, but you got a 5-minute song, but the song fits the scene at the certain point of the sunset. Whenever it touches the mountain, it's going to, you know, explode in the song and stuff like that. So what Filmora allows you to do is to take that song and stretch it or shrink it to the length of the video clip that you want to put it over. That's why I deal with Filmora.
Right.
None of the other editing suites have I seen that has that tool. That's not, you know, like Final Cut Pro or, you know, Adobe Premiere, anything like that. I like to use things that are reachable and easy to use. I look for open source software first. What I do, because open source, you know, it's going to be regularly maintained by people who love the craft of creating software, you know, because it's free and they just want to keep it open and accessible. Yeah, a lot of people showed up for baby tonight, you know. That's hello. She's watching. I know she's watching. Hello. How's it going? You get hearts. You get hearts for coming in. Yes.
Yeah, I use Mojave, and it's pretty good. And you can shorten songs. You can't stretch them. If they're 5 minutes, then you got 5 minutes. And I can copy them, you know, or duplicate it. You're going, but it's just, you know, basically like a loop at that point. It doesn't just stretch it out to do so. And, I mean, it's pretty good. Of course, they're updating all the time, and so about time you get used to one thing, and then they maybe take that one away and give you 15 more to choose from that ain't quite right. They don't do just what you want it to do.
Right.
So yeah.
But we're talking about growth, y'all. So the one of the quickest ways to grow on TikTok is to get in these connect and grow channels, just like we do over here with Tuber Chat, with the Masha, with all of the connect and grow. You know, we just recently met Lucy Warren's World, just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. There's all these channels really do care about channels growing, and they're making that sacrifice for us. The same thing with TikTok, but there's a whole lot more of them. And that's why growth is going to be rapid, but you got to go into the live streams of the people that you want to point to your niche as well. That's why there's like thousands of crochet. The crochet people are out here. Okay. I type in knitting and my third choice is a crochet video. I'm like, come on, this is not knitting. This is crochet. So like I'm finding that the crochet people have taken over TikTok. And it's cool too, because they watch me, you know, they follow me back, because we're all making stuff with our hands. We're all sitting back, we're listening to music, and we're making stuff with our hands. And that's what keeps us all together. You know, Linda, she does the same thing. And, but that TikTok audience is something else, man. If you make something with your hands, they're going to follow you.
Right. So Mike Rihanna said they're on TikTok. They're growing on TikTok.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I know, like I said, Linda, when she does hers, and you know, she's got different camera angles and to show what she's doing or talking. And the other night, Denise had a side camera also. She'd flip around every once in a while. She was playing with different things. So that was pretty cool. Let's see here, anything. Let's see, the crew, we talked about that. TikTok or Reels, you know, kind of the same, just depending on where you're putting them. And the shorts. So I guess you could make a TikTok and then just repurpose that on your Reels and your shorts. So you
be
can get
careful. Be careful with that because of the copywritten music. Be real careful with that. If you have produced a video with your original audio, share it out everywhere like I do.
Right.
If you used CapCut, don't share anywhere else except for TikTok.
Right.
because you will get shut down on YouTube if you do. I mean, not get shut down, but your content will get you know, copywritten or something like that. Same thing with Reels. You can't repurpose a TikTok video with the little stamp on it over to Reels. You have to get their music and put on there. Like I was finding that the videos that I wanted to share fit a certain song about homelessness, like Phil Collins' Another Day in Paradise.
Right.
Guess what? That song wasn't available on Instagram. And I had to come up with a completely different concept for Instagram. So the best way to do it is if you are going to make something with just, you talking or your original audio, by all means, share it everywhere. But if you use their song to put on your short or your reel, then only do it on that platform. If that song is available on the other platform, then yes, use it. But definitely don't create a piece of content with just and share it everywhere if it has music that you have not written yourself or have permission to use from the editing suite that you use.
Well, that kind of answers one of the other questions about cross promoting. What was some of the common mistakes? I'm gonna guess that's probably one of the most common mistakes there.
Cross posting is tricky. The shortcut that I use is I post to TikTok first. When I have these up and down 3-minute videos, I post to TikTok first. Then I run over to Instagram and let Instagram handle the Facebook side. And if I wanted to put it on YouTube, then I'll just make a short and put it up there. That's only with videos that have my audio on them. If I wanted to play a song that has something to do with homelessness that another artist wrote, then I'm going to have to look up before I start posting and everywhere I want to put the video and see if that song is going to be available. That way it fits the scene. Because that's my thing as a digital storyteller. I got to make sure that it's a Phil Collins vibe and not a Dream Theater vibe, or a Queensryche vibe, because there is a song called Della Brown out there. And I've put it on one of the videos and it just fits perfectly. There's another one with the ghost of Tom Joad, the guy sitting up underneath the bridge with the fire. I'm saving that one. So you have to plan the song fitting the content first before you try to do that. The guy that was coming from behind the dumpster, I played Alice in Chains Nutshell. So there's like, you got to make it feel, especially if you're trying to move souls, because that's as content creators, we are artists, and the way that you're going to move souls is to make sure it fits. And that's another way to grow too, is to improve the quality of the content. And whenever you start receiving comments that say, hey man, this content is doing this, that, and the other for me, then it's starting to work.
That's right.
And your viewers want more. Believe me, they do. They're waiting on you to put something out. You want to grow your channel? Put out a video. You want to grow your channel? Go live.
Put it out there. Mike and Rihanna said they got one that hit 23.7K.
Nice. Oh, and that's another growth strategy I got as well, is you can do a paid promotion on one of your videos and they run it as an ad, is what they do. And then go live, but during scheduled live times. CCA says, the pop-ups are fun, but people like to be informed. Okay, but another growth strategy is to promote a video that you're absolutely in love with. It could be just a piece of content, but whenever you promote it, just know that it's pushing it out to people in which they think should watch your videos. And you're going to get more of whatever it is that you've been going through. And then sometimes new people bring in new challenges. And there's going to be growing pains. I'm not saying that it's very easy. I'm not saying that it's simple as we make it look. But it's it gets pretty rough. I can imagine how rough it is for the upper channels. I'm happy for the rapid growth, or I'm happy for the slowdown. It doesn't matter as long as people are watching. That's the most important thing to me.
Slade, we're talking earlier in the chat, the subs, how many subs really doesn't matter. Yes, it does if you're trying to reach a certain plateau or certain goal. Mm-hmm. And that's one way YouTube grades you is by your subs. But if you've only got 500 subs, 300 subs, but you have people coming into your lives when you're doing them, you have people watching your videos, you have people interacting with you, and you're getting in a community like we are right now, mm-hmm. You're doing good anyway.
The mic is doing something funky again.
That's it.
It's doing something funky again.
All right, let's see. What about now?
Still the same.
All right, let me try this.
Duct tape fixes everything. Right?
How about this?
Still the same. Yeah,
and that's two different mics. Let's see.
He sounds okay. Okay, well, good. Maybe it's my speakers. I don't know. But it was going good for a while, but then it started gives a little static on it.
Well, I heard a little static right then, but well, luckily we're getting to the end. We've pretty well gone through everything that I had sent. So does anybody have a question or curiosity about TikTok that they could ask before we get off? Let's see. We'll try something. Let's see. Is it still staticky?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Microphone check. Microphone test. 1, 2.
Yep.
You got some paranormal activity happening over here. That's what it's saying. Yep.
All right. Well, I reckon that means it's time to tell us it's about time to get off.
Yeah, I think so. All
right. Well, I'm glad you could come in and help out and enlighten us on some things.
Absolutely.
So I hope everybody got something out of it. I know if you have any questions or anything, I'm sure if you get in contact with Jerry, he'll be more than happy to help you.
Absolutely.
I think Coach Cruz and Event Yours are both going live right after this at 8 o'clock tonight, so everybody can go check them out, show them support and love. And I'm gonna take my paranormal and get out of here. So,
yep.
Again, thank everybody for coming. Hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you around on your channels.
See you later. Thank you, Sherman.